Hello students, myself Nazan sir from mechanical department. Today we will study surface condenser, surface condensers working construction. Next, comparison between means difference between jet condenser and surface condenser, vacuum efficiency, condenser efficiency, Dalton's law of partial pressure, Dalton's law of partial pressure, sources of air leakage in condenser. This is the lecture number 2 of this is the lecture number 2 of unit number 5, steam condensers and cooling towers. Okay, we will discuss first surface condenser. This is shown in figure. Two flow surface condenser. First of all, we will see requirements of a surface condenser. First requirement is the steam is equally distributed over the whole cooling surface area of condenser. Second requirement of surface condenser is there should be no subcooling of condensate. Third, there should be no leakage of air into the condenser. Fourth, the water must passes through the tube and system surround the tube. 5. The temperature rise of cooling water not be more than 10 degrees Celsius for better efficiency. Surface condensers may be subdivided into two types. First, cell and tube type surface condenser. Second, the evaporative surface condenser. First, cell and tube type surface condenser. Surface condenser in which exhaust steam passes over the series of tube through which the cooling water is flowing. Second type of surface condenser, the evaporative surface condenser. The evaporative surface condenser in which exhaust steam passes through a series of tubes and water is allowed to flow in the form of thin film outside the tubes while air passes upward outside the tubes. After that, we will see construction and working of the surface condenser. A surface condenser shown in figure consists of a cast iron cell. त्याची सेल कशाची आहे? कास्ट आयर्न. सिलेंड्रिकल इन शेप. जी सेल आहे तिचा शेप सिलेंड्रिकल आहे अँड क्लोज ॲट ईच एंड टू फॉर्म ए वॉटर बॉक्स. A tube plate is located between each cover head and the cell. जी ट्यूब प्लेट आहे ती कशाच्यामध्ये लोकेटेड आहे? कवर हेड आणि सेलच्यामध्ये. A number of water tubes are fixed to the tube plates. The exhaust steam from the engine steam or turbine enters at the top of the condenser and is condensed by transferring the heat due to conduction and convection by coming in contact with the cold surface of the tube through which cooling water is lubricated circulated sorry cooling water is circulated. The cooling water enters at one end of the tubes situated in the situated in the lower half of the condenser, and the after flowing the other end return in the opposite direction through the tubes situated in the upper half of the condenser. The air, condensate and uncondensable gases are removed from the bottom of the condenser. This condenser requires two pumps. One is to remove condenser and air from bottom, and second pump is to force the cooling water through the tubes of the rate of transmission of heat through the tubes to the circulating water increases with the increase of number of flow, but the power required to circulate the water is increased. The surface condensers are again classified according to direction of flow of exhaust steam. The surface condensers are again classified according to the direction of flow of exhaust steam. First, downflow condenser. Second, central flow surface condenser. Third, inverted flow means evaporative condenser. First, we will see downflow condenser. Downflow surface condenser. Figure shows the sectional view of downflow condenser. The exhaust stream enters at the top and flows downwards over the tubes through which the cooling water is flowing. The exhaust stream is condensed. The exhaust stream is condensed and the condensate is extracted from the bottom by the condensate extraction pump. The cooling water enters at one end of the tube situated in the lower half of the condenser, and after flowing to the other end return in the opposite direction through the tubes situated in the upper half of the condenser. The temperature of condensate decreases as the exhaust stream passes downward, and hence partial pressure decreases from top to bottom of the condenser. The air exit is sealed from downward of the condensate by means of baffle plate. In this, the suction pipe of air extraction pump is placed in the center of the tube nest. This causes the condensate to flow rapidly towards the center as shown in figure. The condensate lives at the bottom where the condensate lives at the bottom where the condensate extraction pump is situated. The air is withdrawn from the center of the nest of the tube. After that, we will see evaporative condenser. Evaporative condenser. This type of condenser is used to use when cooling water supply is extremely limited and when without cooling water in cold weather and on light load. Exhaust steam from steam engine or turbine is passed through a coil of grill pipe or series of tubes, the outlet of which is connected to the wet air pump as shown in figure. As shown in figure 5.1.9, the cooling water is pumped from collecting tank and it spread over the grill pipe. This form thin film over grill pipe. A natural or forced air current causes rapid evaporation of the film of water, and this evaporation causes rapid evaporation of the film of water, and this evaporation causes cooling of the steam and form condensate that removes from the bottom of the coil, and water which not evaporated falls into an open collecting tank. The evaporative condenser is placed outside in the open air because of noise which would result from the production of clouds of steam. This type of condenser is restricted to small power plants. Advantage of surface condenser: high vacuum can be attained which gives higher thermal efficiency. Second, the condensate can be directly used as a boiler feed water. Third advantage, any kind of cooling water can be used in the condenser. Fourth advantage of surface condenser is there is minimum chance of vacuum loss. 5, mostly suitable for large capacity unit. Limitations of surface condenser: first limitations of surface condenser is surface condenser is bulky, so require more space. Second limitation, the installation, running and maintenance cost is greater than jet condenser. Source our next topic is sources of air leakage in condenser. Sources of air leakage in condenser. First source of air leakage in the condenser is the air leakage in condenser from atmosphere at the joint of the parts, because condenser pressure is less than atmospheric pressure. The amount of air leakage is depends upon the accurate workmanship of making the vacuum joint. Second source of leakage is air also comes with the steam from boiler feed water. The amount of air coming depends upon the treatment of feed water. Feed water contains dissolved air. Third source of air leakage is in jet condenser. In jet condenser, air comes with the cooling water in which it is dissolved. After that, our next topic is effect of air leakage. Effect of air leakage in condenser. The performance of condenser is affected by air leakage. First, the increased amount of air in the condenser. The increased amount of air in condenser, the condenser pressure or back pressure. The condenser pressure or back pressure is increased. This reduces the useful work done in the prime mover. Second, presence of air also lower the partial pressure of steam, which decrease the saturation temperature of steam, and hence evaporation enthalpy of steam increases. Therefore, more amount of cooling water required in the condenser. These can be detected as first leakage detection. First leakage detection by electronic air or a gas analyzer. Second, temperature drop in condenser due to leakage of air. Third, by monitoring the pressure of condenser. Fourth, by volumetric analysis for large quantity of air. Our next topic is Dalton's law of partial pressure. Dalton's law states that in a mixture of perfect gases which do not react chemically with one another, total pressure exerted by the mixture is the sum of partial pressure which each gas would exert if it separately occupied the whole volume and at the same temperature as the mixture. According to Dalton's law, according to Dalton's law, P to the base C is equal to P to the base S plus P to the base of A, where Pc is equal to total pressure in condenser, Ps is equal to partial pressure of steam, and Pa is equal to partial pressure of air. After that, our next topic is condenser efficiency. Condenser efficiency is defined as the ratio of rise in temperature of cooling water to the difference between the saturation temperature corresponding to absolute pressure in condenser and inlet temperature of cooling water. After that, our next topic is vacuum efficiency. Vacuum efficiency, the minimum absolute pressure at the steam inlet of condenser is the pressure corresponding to the temperature of the condensed steam. The corresponding vacuum is the maximum vacuum that can be obtained in a condensing plant with no air present at that temperature. The pressure in the actual condenser is greater than the ideal pressure by an amount equal to the pressure of air present in the condenser. The ratio of actual vacuum to the ideal vacuum is known as vacuum efficiency. यालाच काय म्हणायचं, vacuum efficiency. So this is the topics of our class, of our today's class. Remaining topics we will see in our next lecture.